Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. My name is Lynn, and on this channel, I'm helping people step more into their divine feminine energy. We talk about all types of things, self improvement, and embodying this beautiful, powerful feminine energy within us. So, in today's video, we're going to look a little bit more deeply into the archetype of the siren and specifically how to seduce like a siren. So in my last video, I talked a little bit about the dark feminine archetype, which is also an archetype that has to do with seduction. So may you want to know what that dark feminine energy looks like and how you can tap into that, I would advise you to click on the video and give it a watch. But the dark feminine energy is a different energy than the siren energy, even though they both do deal with seduction. So before we're going to look into more specific tips on how to seduce like a siren and embody your siren energy, I do want to tell you guys that this is for entertainment. You can be seductive and desirable and beautiful in any energy. These are just some tips to more deeply embody this. And it doesn't mean that if you're not in that energy, that you're repulsive or whatever. It doesn't mean that. It just means that these little steps that I'm taking you guys through today can help you activate your seductive energy even more deeply. And that is going to be the fun of it, right? So, what is a siren energy? You may have heard of it a little bit, or you may have heard of the term siren eyes, but you may still wonder what exactly is siren energy, right? So, oh, hello. We often see the siren energy as kind of like this mystical mermaid energy. If you've ever seen like a siren energy being represented in like a movie or something, it's the mermaid archetype. But when we're talking about it from a feminine energy point of view, the siren energy is this embodiment of water energy. It is very mysterious, very seductive, but it also hints at a bit of pleasure, and it hints at something even a little bit dangerous when you embody this siren energy. I think a very good example of a siren energy, in a feminine energy could be like Marilyn Monroe. She had this siren energy where she was naturally super seductive, but she wasn't flashy with it. Another good example of a siren is like Angelina Jolie. She had that energy where, by remaining in a bit of a silent, not really over the top energy, she still had this incredible seductive energy to her, or she has this seductive energy to her. So the siren energy has like these almost a little bit otherworldly quality about her. Again, she is that watery embodiment, that ethereal embodiment. So when you really step into your siren energy, um, there's also this seduction to you that shows people that goes deeper than just the physicality of things. It is really this energy that kind of lures people in, like very silently, quietly, sensually lures people in. It's incredibly subtle. It kind of sneaks into someone's subconscious, and by being able to kind of use your seductive energy and get into someone's subconscious, it's kind of like they get enchanted by you. And that's what this siren energy really embodies. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about the seduction process of a siren. And I did use a little bit of the book, The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. I didn't use all his points, but I used a little bit because he wrote specifically about the seductive archetypes, and one of the seductive archetypes that he mentioned was the siren as well. So this is a really nice book to check out if you guys want to learn more about literally the art of seduction, and siren energy is included in the book as well. So let's talk a little bit about how the siren energy decides who she's gonna seduce, okay? So siren energy is the embodiment of the water element. And she knows that seduction is intuitive, seduction is slow, and a siren energy never rushes, never becomes too loud or too much in a bit of a masculine energy. Who she's gonna seduce is going to be highly intuitive as well. It's gonna be observant. She's gonna really be in her seductive energy and lure them in. It might be like you're in a specific environment that you may come more often, and the siren energy can start by just seeing the effect that she has on others. It's also a really good quality that the siren embodies, to know that she may not seduce everyone, that not everyone would necessarily be for her and would be the right victim to seduce. The people that may respond to your energy when they get a little bit more shy in your presence, or you can kind of detect from your intuition as well, like a change in their behavior. Like, use a little bit of your intuition if you're standing in your siren energy to deduct as well what type of people are kind of able to be seduced by you. The second step in the seduction process of a siren is to use your body and to use your voice, okay? So let's talk a little bit about body language when it comes to siren energy. So with the siren energy being a highly feminine energy, it's about slowing things down. It's literally, when we're talking about the body language, maybe slowing down a little bit of your movements. And that doesn't mean like you have to be a fucking snail, because people are going to think, what the fuck are you doing? Um, but it's not necessarily about, oh, I have to walk very slow. No, it's about the intention that you're not in a rush. So doing things such as taking a bit of your time doing whatever it is that you're doing, not rushing to the next thing. You know, even the embodiment of water in movement could be like swaying your hips a little bit as you walk, or, you know, just being quite present is what I'm trying to convey here. When we're also talking about the body, I want to talk a little bit about the siren aesthetic, right? Because I tried to dress like a bit of a siren today, and I think if you want to play a little bit with the siren aesthetic, wearing things that are very flowy, like this lace set is from Cider, I believe. And I chose to drape them with some pearls, and they're ancestral, they're from my grandma's. Silvers might be very nice for like a siren type of aesthetic. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but I also did like a light purple eyeshadow with a dark purple line, because I thought that is very shimmery. So shimmers, purples, blues, white, lace, pearls, those are really some things aesthetically that kind of can remind you of that mermaid energy. Doesn't mean you have to walk around looking like that. I just wanted to kind of paint a picture for those of you who want to play around a little bit with the aesthetic as well. Also, because you're slowing down, you know, your movements in your siren energy, it also just gives a little bit more of a confident energy than when someone is very fidgety, like fidgeting all the time. It may give them a little bit more of a nervous energy, which is okay. Like, we're multidimensional people. It's not a bad thing if you give off a bit of nervous energy. But if you want to play with your siren energy, try to slow it down. So that leaves us to the second important thing, the siren voice. So the siren energy is really about, as well, like our voice, the tone. If you think of a siren, she's often depicted with a beautiful talking or a beautiful singing voice as well. So you can even play a little bit with your voice. Like I've been trying to consciously make sure that I slow down in my speech, because maybe if you're like me and you get a little bit nervous at times or a little bit overstimulated, I noticed that I can go and like like just yap. And when you're consciously reminding yourself to slow down in speech, often you slow down your energy as well. You shift back into a more calm energy. And that is also more of the embodiment of the siren energy. The siren voice is very angelic and feminine in tone. So again, you don't have to change the way you're speaking, but often when you slow down your voice or you're not yapping, you're just like, okay, like giving it a certain sweetness is a subtle quality that you can use to be more seductive in your siren energy, because it lures people in from that femininity, from that seemingly innocent energy. And that leaves me to the third or fourth, I don't even know, point that I wanted to make, and that is the siren eyes, okay? So you might have seen it all over Pinterest, all over whatever, TikTok, YouTube. Siren eyes are now this kind of aesthetic phenomenon, but it kind of hints at being in your seductive quality as a siren comes with that eye contact. It comes with, if you are looking to seduce or play a little bit in again, a healthy way. The siren energy is not actually trying to manipulate someone. It is trying to just emphasize her own energy and see how that influences others in the process. So the siren eyes, being able to make eye contact with someone, holding a little bit of eye contact, is the siren phenomenon, because she might be outwardly relatively innocent, but she hints at a little bit of sexuality and she hints at a little bit of danger. And often those can be found in her body movements or her eyes. So if there is a seductive process going on, being able to like look at someone, give them a little head tilt when you are looking at them, maybe looking up and down, like a little bit. And again, it has to be subtle. So don't be like, like, I think they're going to be like, are you all right? Are you seizing? What's going on? So no, it's not over the top, but it's subtle. The siren eyes are a window to the soul, and the soul of the siren is incredibly mysterious and intense. So that leaves me to another point that I wanted to mention, that siren energy is mysterious. So if you're stepping into your siren energy when you're talking to someone, don't overshare like, yo, here I am, and I'll be there tomorrow at this time, and la 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 la. Like, it's fine if you do it. Lord knows I yap. The energy that you want to exude is a little bit of, you cannot figure me out right away. I'm not going to say too much. Keep them a little bit on their toes. So that leads me to the energy of a siren. So the siren energy, she always hints at something pleasurable. And often that is part of her allure, because people often don't find themselves having enough like pleasure and excitement and a bit of mysticism in their lives. A lot of people live kind of an, oh, I know it sounds a bit rude, but a little bit of boring lives. So the siren energy seduces as well by giving this energy of something otherworldly, something that's full of pleasure and mysticism and you can't figure out, that's part of her allure. So the glimpse of pleasure that I'm talking about could be, a little bit accentuated by her physicality, but there's also a bit of mischief to the siren. So maybe if you are in a communication with someone or you are doing something, you may give them a little bit of mischievous energy, whatever that may look like, to kind of give a glimpse that there is something very fun or something very beyond that layer of innocence, so to say. Another point of the siren energy and siren seduction process is ambiguity and detachment. So the siren energy never chases, she always attracts. And like I said, she's hard to figure out, and often that's played upon with some ambiguity. So it's kind of like you might be somewhere one day and then you kind of pull your energy back and you may not show up for a little bit, or you may say something and then contradict yourself a little bit in a way that just feels a little bit illogical. She's not logical, siren energy is otherworldly. So it might be like saying something that could be spiritual or something else, subtly though. So I'm not saying like lay out your entire theories. And it kind of makes people wonder like, what did she say? I don't know what she meant by that or he meant by that. And that adds to siren seduction as well. Ambiguity, detachment, so not lingering around someone, lingering on their energy. It's really that energy of like, I like to seduce, but if I won't have you, I'm fine too. Like I have more than enough going for myself. I'm not hung up on you, hung up on the energy, because she doesn't like boredom. So that's another thing. Like the siren energy, if a person is not being lured in or doing much, the siren energy will move on because she's like, nah, you're boring me. Come on, like step up or get left behind. She is the embodiment of I don't chase, I attract. And if you want it, come and get it. So you kind of are able to stimulate people's masculine action energies from your siren energy by giving them that attitude. So that's all I have for you today on the siren energy. I'm soon going to be coming up with another siren energy subliminal as well, so check that out. Also, if you guys want to support me in any other ways than you already are, I'm on Patreon doing some more readings for you guys as well, and it would mean the world to me if you guys want to come and check that out. Bye!